Think about the last time you spent a full day completely alone. No texts, no calls, no one walking past you or glancing in your direction, just you and the silence. It probably felt fine at first, maybe even good. But somewhere around hour 6 or 7, something shifted. A strange restlessness crept in. You started talking to yourself, or the walls felt closer than they did in the morning, or you picked up your phone not because you wanted to look at anything, but because you just needed to feel like something else was there. That feeling has a name, and the science behind it is far stranger than you think. Your brain is not built for isolation. It never was. For the vast majority of human history, being alone was not a lifestyle choice. It was a death sentence. Predators did not wait. Cold did not wait. Hunger did not wait. The only thing standing between you and extinction was the group of people around you. So your brain evolved to treat social connection not as a preference, but as a survival signal. And when that signal disappears, your nervous system does not simply sit quietly and wait. It panics, slowly, invisibly, but with devastating precision. Neuroscientist John Cacioppo spent decades studying loneliness at the University of Chicago, and what he found rewired how scientists understand the human mind. Cacioppo discovered that the experience of social isolation activates the same neural circuits as physical pain. Not metaphorically, not approximately. The same regions of the brain that light up when you break a bone or burn your hand also activate when you feel profoundly alone. Your brain registers a missing person the same way it registers a missing limb. That is not weakness. That is architecture. And here is where it gets stranger. When Cacioppo and his colleagues compared the brains of chronically lonely people to those of socially connected people, they found measurable differences in the prefrontal cortex, in cortisol levels, in cardiovascular function, and in the speed at which cells age. Loneliness was not just an emotion, it was a biological state, one that corrodes the body from the inside, quietly and without announcement. But the most unsettling finding was not about the body at all. It was about perception. When you spend too much time alone, your brain does not simply wait patiently for the world to return. It starts manufacturing it. Psychiatrist Colin Ross and researchers at McGill University explored what happens to the human mind when sensory and social input is severely reduced. In isolation experiments, subjects began experiencing visual disturbances within hours. Auditory hallucinations followed. Some reported hearing their name called. Others heard music no one was playing. A few experienced the sensation of a presence in the room with them, a feeling so vivid and convincing that they described turning around expecting to find someone standing there. Your brain is a prediction machine. It is constantly generating a model of the world and updating it based on incoming information. When the incoming information stops, the model does not shut down. It keeps running, and with nothing real to correct it, it starts filling in the gaps with whatever it can find. Memories, patterns, fragments of familiar experience stitched together into something that feels almost real. The brain would rather hallucinate a voice than process the silence. Think about what that means. The social world you experience every day, the faces you read, the voices you recognize, the sense that you are known and seen by other people, none of that is simply happening to you. Your brain is actively constructing it in real time. And when the raw material dries up, it starts building from imagination instead. This is the mirror effect, not a metaphor, a literal neurological phenomenon. In 2013, neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman published a landmark book called Social, in which he argued that the human brain's default mode, what it naturally returns to when it has nothing else to do, is thinking about other people. Not resting, not going blank, thinking about people, their feelings, their intentions, their reactions, what they think of you, what you said to them last week, whether they were upset when they walked away. The brain's idle state is a social simulation. It is running a mirror of the social world, constantly, even in your sleep. And here is what isolation does to that mirror. It does not turn it off. It turns it inward. When there is no one to reflect back at you, the mirror starts reflecting you back at yourself. Your thoughts loop. Your inner critic grows louder. Small events from years ago replay without reason. You begin to feel, with growing certainty, that something is wrong with you specifically. Not with the situation, not with the silence, with you. This is not depression, though it can become it. It is a navigation system looking for a signal and slowly deteriorating without.